Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing exactly how to think, live, and act like the rich. What would you do? Would your life change instantly? Here's a shocking fact. According to Forbes, 70% of millionaires are self-made. They didn't inherit their wealth. They didn't start with an advantage. They built their fortune from scratch. And get this. Over 90% of the world's billionaires didn't graduate from prestigious universities. So, how did they do it? What secrets do they know that the rest of us don't? In this video, we're diving into the untold truths of the wealthy, how they're born, how they live, how they learn, and how they think. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of what it truly takes to break free from the ordinary and unlock the extraordinary. Are you ready to discover the mindset and habits that the rich used to build their fortunes? Keep watching, because the answers might surprise you. Chapter 1. The Silent Genesis, How the Rich Are Born. When we think about wealth, we often focus on money, but the true origins of wealth start much earlier. The rich are born not into privilege, but into a mindset that thrives on opportunity. It's not about inheriting money, but learning to make it. The rich understand that the foundation of wealth is built on the principles of resilience, persistence, and vision. Research from Psychology Today shows that wealthier individuals are more likely to possess high levels of self-discipline and emotional intelligence. This isn't a coincidence. Success starts in the mind. A fascinating study by Harvard Business Review revealed that 63% of millionaires had entrepreneurial parents. But even those who weren't born into wealth developed key traits early on, like a strong work ethic and the ability to take calculated risks. The key takeaway? Wealth is less about birthright and more about mindset. The rich learn early that every situation, good or bad, holds the potential to turn into something profitable. As billionaire investor Warren Buffett said, "The more you learn, the more you earn." Chapter 2. The Solitary Journey. How the rich live. The rich don't live ordinary lives. While most people seek comfort and ease, the wealthy thrive in challenge. They embrace discomfort because they know it's the breeding ground for growth. In The Millionaire Next Door, Thomas Stanley found that 80% of millionaires are self-made, and they live frugally, often in modest homes. This frugality doesn't stem from lack, but from an understanding that money grows best in discipline, not indulgence. Many wealthy individuals, like Elon Musk, live in ways that defy conventional norms. Musk famously sold his home and moved into a small prefab house in Texas. Why? To focus. The rich understand that true growth requires time, mental space, and solitude. Studies show that 80% of high net worth individuals practice some form of daily reflection, like journaling or meditation. These habits help them maintain focus and clarity. So, when you're chasing wealth, it's not the number of parties you attend but the quality of your solitude that matters. Chapter 3. The Unseen Classroom. How the rich learn. Learning doesn't stop after school, and the rich know this better than anyone. They don't rely on traditional education alone. In fact, Forbes found that 70% of self-made millionaires have only a bachelor's degree or less. The wealthiest people are lifelong learners, constantly honing new skills. What sets them apart is their hunger for knowledge that's practical and real-world. Take Richard Branson, for example. He never finished school, but that didn't stop him from learning through hands-on experiences. The richest man in Babylon teaches that wealth is built by making smart financial decisions and learning from others' mistakes, rather than your own. The rich are constantly seeking out new experiences, taking calculated risks, and, most importantly, learning from failure. They don't fear making mistakes, they fear not learning from them. Research also shows that the rich value mentors. They surround themselves with people who challenge their thinking and encourage them to think bigger. Business Insider notes that 75% of successful people attribute part of their success to mentors. The wealthiest people don't just learn from books. They learn from the real world and from others who've walked the same path. If you're enjoying this video and finding these insights valuable, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on wealth building and success. Chapter 4. The Mentor's Paradox. How the rich teach. Teaching is not about spoon-feeding knowledge. It's about empowering others to think for themselves. The rich know that teaching others to be self-sufficient is the greatest gift. They mentor not by giving answers, but by giving space. This allows others to grow into their own success. Take the example of Bill Gates, who often says, "Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning." Instead of giving direct answers, he encourages others to figure out solutions themselves. This strategy of tough love forces mentees to think critically and become independent thinkers. Inc. magazine highlights that successful entrepreneurs spend a large portion of their time teaching their teams how to think and solve problems. They don't want to build followers, they want to build leaders. The best mentors focus on teaching strategies and frameworks that allow people to make better decisions, rather than simply handing them solutions. The rich are also great listeners. They know that teaching goes both ways. In The Lean Startup, Eric Ries emphasizes that true teaching is about listening and adapting based on feedback. The wealthiest individuals aren't just teaching, they're learning from their mentees, adjusting their approach, and always improving. Chapter 5. The Mind Shift. How the Rich Think. It's not about being the smartest person in the room, it's about thinking differently. The rich develop a mindset that focuses on opportunities rather than obstacles. This mindset allows them to make bold decisions and move fast. A study from Stanford University found that 92% of self-made millionaires believe they control their own destiny. They don't view setbacks as failures but as stepping stones to something greater. The rich understand that the world is full of abundance. There's always more to go around. They don't compete with others, but rather focus on creating value. As author Tim Ferriss puts it, being busy is not the same as being productive. The wealthy are also masters of adaptability. In Principles by Ray Dalio, he writes about the importance of evolving your thinking over time. The rich don't hold on to outdated ideas. They embrace change and constantly adjust their strategies. This ability to think flexibly is key to their long-term success. Data from McKinsey shows that 75% of top-performing companies embrace innovation. The rich think differently not just about money, but about life. They're not afraid to break the mold and forge their own paths, because they see opportunities where others see problems. Chapter 6. The Legacy Blueprint. What the rich leave behind. The final chapter of wealth is legacy. The rich understand that the true measure of success isn't just how much money you accumulate, but what you leave for future generations. It's about creating something that lasts, something that impacts the world beyond your time. According to the Giving Pledge, nearly 50% of the world's billionaires are committed to giving away the majority of their wealth. This speaks to a key point. The rich aren't just interested in wealth for themselves, they want to impact society. Warren Buffett famously said, "The best thing you can do is create a business that gives people jobs." This mindset of creating lasting value is what sets the rich apart. Additionally, many rich people build charitable foundations or invest in causes they believe in, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond their lifetime. Forbes found that 60% of ultra-high net worth individuals are heavily involved in philanthropy. The legacy they leave is one of giving and service to others, not just accumulation. In conclusion, the rich do not just build wealth for themselves, they build legacies. They understand that true success lies in creating something that outlives them and has a positive impact on the world. They teach, think, and live in ways that inspire future generations to do the same. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you don't miss out on more strategies for success and wealth building.